Welcome to this session, and today we will be going through topics of refresh. So general, there are three type of refresh. One is general refresh, which we do, and the second type of refresh is scheduled refresh, and the third one is your incremental refresh. So we will see these three functions today. So first of all, general refresh, which we do. So you can see the button here. It's a refresh button. Just hide this. Okay, a refresh button, what it does, it will, if I click on this refresh button, it will fetch the latest data from the source, whatever, if there is any addition of data in the source. For example, for example, if there was 100 rows when we created this report, or the last time when we imported the data, there were 100 rows there, and now currently there is 120. Then those 20 rows will be get imported if we click on this refresh button. Refresh button is will re-import entire data from the source in the Power BI desktop. Okay, so it's just refreshing. You can see this is how it will do. It will evaluate the tables, then it will make a connection to the tables, and then it will refresh the uh, entire data set in the backend, and it will import the latest data in it. So it's currently evaluating. It will take some time. You can see one is saying waiting for other queries. So this my measures has already evaluated itself, and currently these three tables uh, queries are, well, okay, categories. It's evaluating now. Then it will make a connection to the source, and then it will refresh it. So let me, yes, you can see creating a connection in the model now, and then it will start importing the data from the source. So just more few seconds. It's taking much longer than usual. So this refresh button under this queries section in Power BI desktop, if you click this, it will refresh all the tables, all the queries in your Power BI desktop. I will be also showing you how you can refresh each table individually. So if you want to refresh any particular table, then you can also do that. So you can see now it has
Okay,
done
all
the
the tables
refreshing.
are getting refreshed. All the tables are getting
Yes,
refreshed
at
at
once.
at once.
Yes.
Okay, that
So
is why it is taking longer time
yeah,
than usual.
yeah. You can see this transition is 806 rows loaded, budget table 19 rows loaded, my measures, it's not a, so category 22 rows loaded. So you can see this is, once it is properly loaded in the backend, it will, this screen will automatically disappear. So you can see in the backend it's refreshing the visuals. Yeah, now it's done. It has refreshes done. So if you want to refresh any particular table, instead of refreshing a single one entire, then you can just go to any table, and let's go to transition table and click that table, and let's wait for a minute so that it gets properly refreshed. Yeah, select the table, right click on that table, and then you can see here refresh data. If you click this refresh data, it will just refresh this particular table only. Okay, so let me just show you. I'll click this refresh data, then it will start that activity once again, which we had just seen, but this time it will only do for the transition table only. It's not coming up. Probably it has got stuck. You can see refresh. It's now currently evaluating. Then it will make the connection to the data model, and then it will refresh the data of only this table. You can see creating connection in the model. So you can do this. So this is a general refresh which you can see transition 806 rows loaded, and you can see now it's implementing the entire new set of data. Okay, now this is done, and let's come to the home ribbon. This refresh can also be done through your transformation tab. You just click on transform data. There is no difference if you do here or you do it in the transform tab. Just click on transform data. It will come up. It's taking time. So our Power Query editor has opened. So you can see here we have just select any table, and then you just need to click this refresh preview, and in this you will find options refresh preview. This function will just refresh the particular table which you have selected, and then refresh all will just say refresh uh, entire all the tables in the Power Query editor. So, and this is all about the normal refresh, default refresh which we do. Okay, so you can also okay, there is no function. So this is all in the normal refresh. Let's move to the other kind of refresh, and the second refresh which we have is your scheduled refresh. This scheduled refresh you will get through Power Query services. So let me just take you to the Power Query services. So here is our Power Query service. So for the still refresh, go to the workspace. Sorry, the workspace, and it's a bit slow. It's coming up. So in the workspace, so just a general for information that you can refresh this make this schedule refresh 8 times in a day, and there should be at least 30 minutes break or gap between the each refresh. So 8 times you can add the schedule refresh, and there should be 30 minutes gap between the two refresh. Okay, so in the schedule refresh you just need to go to this 3 buttons more options icon and click there, and it will give you option of it's not in this. Okay, sorry, in the dataset you just need to go to the second option, which is just like a rectangle. You can click here. This is your scheduled refresh button. Click on this. It will take you to another page. In that page you will find various options of date, time, and then you can set your date time. Okay, now here we are, and this is my company data analysis. data we don't need. And here it is, scheduled refresh option. Expand this. Okay, it's not currently giving me enabling this option. Why it is so? Let me just check. Let's go to some other option, some other features. Scheduled refresh. Okay. Why it's not? And scheduled refresh option. Why it's not giving me the scheduled refresh option? Let's check why it's not giving me an option. So let's not waste the time, and let me just give you an just insight of this, how this works. A scheduled refresh, you can see keep your data up to date. Just you need to click here and it will activate the button on, and then you can apply the frequency. The frequency can be daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, so you can do it daily. Then you need to tell the time zone, for which time zone you want to refresh. Okay, and then add another time. Then you just need to click here and just enter the time uh, for which you want, at what time you want to get this data to be refreshed. For example, 9 a.m., 10 p.m., something like that. Okay, and then if you want to notify the people about the, if the scheduled refresh has failed, then just you need to click in this button, dataset owner. A notification will a mail will be sent to the person who is the owner of this report, that the scheduled refresh has failed. And then if you want to also notify to other people, then just check this and enter the email address here. You can see the email address is, enter space is here, and then click on apply. This will set your scheduled refresh, uh, and it will refresh uh, your keep your data up to date. You don't need any internet for this. You just you need to set this once and close your browser, and it will happen in the backend automatically every day as per your set parameters. Okay, you don't need any internet, or you just not don't need to keep your system on and nothing like that. Just need to set this once and close the win browser, and it will automatically happen for you every day. Okay, so this is your scheduled refresh, and as I said earlier, it will have maximum you can do it 8 times in a day. Set it for 8 times in a day, and there should be at least 30 minutes gap between the two refreshes. Okay, so this is your scheduled refresh. Now let's come to the third refresh, that is your incremental refresh. Okay, so incremental refresh is a bit long topic. So for that we need to go to the uh, Power BI desktop. Just a minute, I think I have my Power BI desktop is closed. Open it. So finally my Power BI desktop is up and running. So the incremental refresh is it will refresh only the data which is has been added in the source from the last time it was imported into the Power BI desktop. To make it simple, incremental refresh will happen, will only import the new data. First of all, it will compare the compare that how much data is there. For example, if last refresh on the Power BI desktop was yesterday at 9 a.m., then it will check that after 9 a.m. how many data has been added in the source, and then it will input only those data into the Power BI desktop. Okay, it will not look into the data which is before the 8 a.m. or 8 p.m., whichever the time was. It will only
Okay, so
import.
only newly no only newly added data will be shown in Power BI
Yes,
desktop.
yes, yes. Only the new data will be imported. As in the case of normal refresh, what it was doing, it was re-importing entire data. Okay, if the data is of 1 GB, then or of 500 MB, then it was importing all the 500 MB. But in incremental refresh, what will happen? It will only import the new data. Okay, so, and to the incremental refresh only works on the Oracle. It will if you link the Power BI to the Oracle, then it will work. It will only work with uh, relational database. Says it will only work with SharePoint list files, Azure Active Directory. It will work, and it will not work with the flat files. Flat files means files like CSV, Excel files, or web page data. It will not work in incremental refresh. Will not work in these files. Okay, so to set this, what we need to do, we first have to set the parameters. Okay, so click on the manage parameter and click here manage parameters. A window will pop up, and then there we have to uh, enter the start range start and range end. Range start means the starting of the date. Let me just show you. Click on the new and name it range start. So be particular that you are entering this same as range start. It cannot be, it's a case sensitive, so you have to mention it as R capital ANGE S capital. Everything should be that. Okay, and it is case sensitive, so you have to enter it in that. In types, what you'll do, in description you can enter anything if you want, or either you can leave it empty. So in types you have to put date and time. Okay, then session value you can leave it blank. Okay, and in current value, what you have to do, you have to enter the date, which the date starting date which you want to keep that start range start and range end. We have currently created the range start. We will also be creating the date range. These two ranges will be used, ranges will be used to keep that amount of data only in Power BI desktop. Rest will not be kept. So this should be the, so let me just cancel it and check the uh, data first. So in this I want the date. So in this the date range is from 1/1/2018 till it's uh, 29/12/23. Okay, so what I will do, I will keep this as my start range, and then I will keep um, 20 29th December as my end date. So let's again go to the manage parameters, and so these two parameters, range start and range end, is used to identify the range of dates of data which you want to keep in the Power BI. Okay, range st at start, and then date time, and here I will enter year 2018 01/01, and then you have to also mention the time as well. Okay, So what I will do, I will just mention it 0 0 0 0 and 0 0. Okay, and click. This is okay. And then again, let's go to the manage parameter. You can see our parameter has been created. So let's go to manage your parameter. And again, we will be entering the range end parameter. End. It's coming up. And new. It's range end. And date, time. Here you will enter your 2018-12. You can, let's make it 11 just to show you. 30, fine. And then 0 0. This is for the time. Okay, and click OK. And it's, we have this, our end date is also there. Now what we will be doing in the column which so we have this too. Okay, fine. And now go to the column transition date and then click here. Before that, we need to change this column to date and time. It's currently uh, not in the date format either. So let's check some other column if we have. There's no other column. So let's change this to the date time. Date time format. It's changing it. There is some error is there. So let's remove the remove errors. Okay. So it will just remove the errors, error columns from here. So before implementing the parameters here, you have to set this into date time. Okay. And then just go to the date time format filter and then go to the custom filters. Okay. In custom filters, we will set the start range and the end range. The data between these two ranges only will be in our Power BI desktop. Okay, now it
Okay,
just
means whatever the transactions taken in between that
two dates.
range,
Yes, that
only will appear in
yes,
Power BI desktop.
yes. Rest will not appear. Okay, so in this just equals to, and in this we have to, let's wait. That's equals to is after 1 1. Okay, not let is. Okay, is after or equals to, and then here in this you just need to select the parameter. Okay, in just when you select parameter, the first parameter which you have entered, you created, that will appear. So you just need to change this to range start. You will do same here, is before or equals to, and here also you need to select the parameter, and in this you just need to range end. Okay, so this is, we have set this and click OK. It will not implement the uh, our parameters here. You can see only the dates, from 1 1 till earlier. If you remember, it was till uh, December 29th. Now we have only till November 12th. Okay, so this is done, filled, and now we'll close and apply this. Let's pause this video for a while. By the timing it's applying, because my system is really slow, so it will take some time. Once you can see it has popped up that it's now refreshing and applying the data here. So you can see that it's currently loading. It will take more couple of seconds. It's applying the changes. It's done. And couple of more seconds and it will be done. Yeah, done. Now go to the table which you had set as incremental refresh, and just right click on, it's still applying, so right click on the table which you have done, and then you can see you will get an option of incremental refresh. Click on it. So you can see you have this, and set import. This is the table which you can select on which you want to apply the incremental refresh. Currently we have only done for the transition table, so let it be. So you can check that other tables are also reflecting here. So now click this as on. Okay, and then you will get a lot of options to enter, so that all are optional if you want to enter. So let me just show you set up incremental refresh in table. Okay, now you can just ignore this options. If you want incremental refresh data starts and end, you can just mention it and choose options. And this only refresh complete periods you can mention here, or detect any changes also. If you click on check on this, then only refresh complete periods, entire in that last refresh from the last date till today, it will be checking the data. And then if you check this, then it will check the entire data set, source data, that is there any change in the previous data or not. Okay, so you can just check this if you want, and click on the date. Okay, the date column in the transition date. So how many times you want for this number two? Let's select it for how many years you want to do. And I want it for you can say 10 years to work this, that it from today till 10 years it will do this function. Date start. So in for before it, and I will keep this as month. Let me do. Okay. Okay. So it will you can see here data imported from this to this. It will check all these data, and just you can click on apply. Now it is done. We are ready with our incremental refresh. So this was our steps to follow the um incremental refresh. And when you once you publish the report, it will start incremental refresh automatically. And that's all in the incremental refresh. Uh, just to reiterate once again, this incremental refresh will only work with relational databases like Oracle, SQL Server, Sybase, and it will not work with the flat files or web data. This happens because the M query in the backend, it creates a single line query. If it's able to create a single line query, M language query, then incremental refresh can be applied. Okay, and if it's not able to create that M1 single line query, then it can't do incremental refresh. Okay, so the creation of the query in a single line, it's called query folding. Okay, if it's able to do the query folding, then it will automatically set this your report to incremental refresh, and if it's not, then it will not be able to apply this function. Hope whatever I have covered today is clear and well explained. So thank you and have a good time. Enjoy and take care.